Hey, Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com, and we've been out there on the forums, and there's some talk out there that's going on about systems that have a flag out and systems that don't have a flag out. So I wanted to do a little bit of explanation. This is my opinion on it, and I hope it helps you out. What I want to talk about is a flag out system in general first. A flag out system is one of the lines. If you hang on to one of the lines and you release the bar system as you're holding onto one line and the bar slides up, no matter what line it is, that is laying the kite out. That could be a front line flag out, which hooks to a bridle, which kind of keeps the kite in a structured form. If you grab an outside line, which is not common nowadays, there used to be a system out there a lot. Slingshot, I'm not sure if they still had it on their outside systems on some of the older bars that are still out there, but you could grab a line on the outside or hook a leash to it, throw the bar, and it would flag the kite out on one of those lines. It started by having one of the outside lines of a system called a re-ride, and that allowed the kite to completely flag out. So what I want to talk about is what is on kites or bar systems now. This is an ozone system. This is pretty standard in the system out there in the industry, and it's a center line flag out system. Both your lines come to the center. This is the trimmer bracket, and the front line is loaded all the way up to the trimmer bracket. Right here is where all your load is. This line down here that's connected to that front line as your flag out is a bungee, and it runs through the chicken loop where you connect your leash to. Now, this is where you connect to the leash, so if you release the chicken loop, this line will pull through the system, the stopper ball will slide up, and it will completely flag out the system onto one side of the front bridle. Now, this is the most traditional system, almost everyone that's out there. If you have an upper sheeting system like this is, which is very common, the bungee itself, there's bungee in here, and that will allow that to keep this tension at all times. So if you let it out, it will just take up. But it's loaded all the way to the top. So if I cut this line, it's still going to take full load right here at the center line trimmer bracket. This is the most common. There's only a couple other bars out there that are made by, I think it was North and Duotone, the Click Bar, or maybe the Ocean Rodeo. If you have the adjustables out on the bar tips that pull the outside lines in or out, usually your front line will be loaded all the way through the bar to the chicken loop. Not loaded up here, it's loaded all the way down to the base. So it's very important to keep an eye on that wear and tear on those type of bars down here at the bottom. So anyway, that is what a flag out system is. Now, the questions and what I'm trying to answer is a lot of the guys go, well, how in the world are those guys flying it without a flag out? Should I have a flag out? Should I not have a flag out? First off, that's personal opinion, and you need to understand the systems and what you're getting into. I have been riding, this is what I ride. This is my KISS system, a super ultralight system. This whole system, bar lines, everything on here is about just a hair over a half a pound. I love it. This is what I use for foiling. My type of foiling is a freestyle type foiling. If somebody's out there on a twin tip on a 12 meter, I'm on a 6 meter out there with my foil kite. If someone's on a 10, I'm on a 5, and so on, flying very small kites. If I flag this thing out, I say call it flag out, I depower it, sheet it up, push the bar away, 20 to 22 inches of travel here on those small kites basically kills that kite and leaves them laying over to the side with virtually no power at all. It's not blowing really hard, and when those smaller kites come over like that, I haven't had any issues at all with the small kites. So you'll see some of the guys who are out there riding on that, and that's why and how I do it. Have I had any issues? No, I have not had any issues with the system. Have I had to swim in or self-rescue? Absolutely. I've had to do that multiple times, but if you think about it, I'm hooked in here, so I'm not losing my kite. My kite went over to the side, it's sitting there, or it's stuck on the water and I can't get it up. I simply take one of the outside lines, quickly do 3 or 4 wraps on here, then grab the rest of the lines and continue wrapping. And what that does is it basically flags out my kite out there. I roll up to it just like I normally would. I grab my kite and I swim in. No problems at all. That's the way the system works. But I am not riding completely loaded. And loaded means a twin tip or a surfboard and I'm out there jumping as high as I can, doing kite loops and having fun. I ride a standard system with a front release system on there. If you are doing that and you're not interested in the center flag out system or a non-center flag out system, that's up to you and that's personal preference. But this is a system that I use. I do have a micro leash that connects to it here. This is for pre-releases, just in case I bump the release at all, which is possible on any system out there. And that gives me a secondary catch on there. And then if I did want to release it, then I have my micro leash and I completely release in that form. So is it right? It's up to you. I just wanted to talk about how those systems worked. They're very, very simple. The other thing that's possible that we've built on systems like this is a manual flag out system. That manual flag out system can simply be done taking one of these front lines that connects through here. I connect on a pulley, and then I have a pull loop here that I can grab a hold of, release my system, and it basically flags it completely out. It's a backup. I haven't used it. I have not used any kind of flag out or had any issues with my small kites when I'm out there foiling, doing the small type kites and being slightly underloaded as that. So is it right for you? Is that the way you should ride? Again, I say that's up to you. Build your system how you like to. Now, the other thing is I use this system on my foil kite. I have a Chrono 9 meter that I fly in super ultralight winds, and I still use the KISS system. Now people say, well, how in the world do you do that? How do you flag out? Foil kites don't like to be flagged out. They have a full bridle system that flies on one side. Most foil kites have a brake line that connects your outside lines and sits right out in front of you. If you simply grab that line and release the system, a foil kite will basically flag out because you're grabbing only the back side of the kite and it sticks it down to the water. Once you grab a hold of those lines, I wrap my back lines if I had to self-rescue around my bar and then roll in. So can you have a non-flag out system and is it safe? Personally, I haven't had any issues with it. And it definitely will work for you. If you like it that way, you need to understand the system. I've had guys, and I've done magazine reviews, and I've had guys come to me and they say, we think that this is the safest system out there. And I explain to them, the safest system is the one you know, the one that you understand how to use and are able to do your swim in, do your practicing on, and do your riding with. So please, understand your system, make those decisions on how you like to ride. Again, that's Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com. We hope this saved you some time, taught you a little bit. If you have any questions, don't hesitate, give us a call. Don't forget to click down below to subscribe to our channel. We always need those hits. Have a great day.